here we are. We have used our login information to get into our account. And now you're on the Xcel platform. This is the landing page. This is the first page you'll see. And you will notice that there's ads on the top or information on the top. You can kind of scroll through that. There's no need to do or select anything here if you don't want to. I usually ignore it. But it is important to scroll down because this is where you will see your full menu of choices that will give you access to your resources. Let's go into my courses, which is where you will see the whole set of courses or the lessons that you will take. You have two different sections here. The first section is the California Life and Health pre-licensing courses, as I mentioned. And the second is the course completion affidavit, a certificate that you must complete when you finish all the requirements on Xcel. You've taken all your courses and you have also completed the 52 hours that are required in order for the state to issue your license. This affidavit, this certificate, you need to click start, complete, and then the system will follow through with sending information to the state. I'm not going to do this right now because this account is not complete, is not finished. And if you use the affidavit, if you click on the affidavit, it will actually lock you out of all the courses. So do not touch the affidavit until you're done with all the requirements and the 52 hours for the life and health pre-licensing courses. And also don't forget to complete the affidavit, otherwise you're not truly done with your license and the state will not issue your license. So going into the courses, you click on resume in this case because it's already done. This student has already completed 90% of this section. There are 20 courses or lessons. Each lesson is followed by a chapter exam. And so I'm going to scroll down all the way to 20 so you can see what happens when you're there. When you are done with your 20th and you do the exam for that chapter, you will have access to a final exam. This final exam is a combination of all the content of the previous 20 chapters, and so this is a very important step in the process. You want to take this final exam a few times. Ideally, you would be passing it with a score of 80% at least, so that you know you're ready for the state exam, for the actual exam. When you are done with this final exam, it will also give you access to another section that gives you more practice exams. So that is great to know as well. There's various versions, different versions of the final exam. You will also notice here that there are 3 different colors. Complete sections, complete chapter exams or lessons become gray. You can click back on them as many times as you want. They are not, they are open for you to use. They're not blocked. The red sections or the red buttons indicate the new section for you to look at. And when you are done with that section, that'll turn gray, and the new section, which is now in that light color, will turn red. As you can see, I cannot click here because this is not ready to go yet. So you do have to go in sequence. Let me go ahead and open up one to look at a sample. This chapter has 21 slides, 21 pages, and here you see the time that you have spent on this chapter so far. I do want to show you that the first slide or the first page on every single chapter is a glossary, is a list of the main terms for this chapter. It's important to read through those so that you are familiar with the vocabulary. The second slide is always an introductory video. It's a short video just giving you information about what will happen or the content of the chapter. It's usually under a minute, super short, so definitely watch those as well. And then you will scroll through, you will read through. They're short slides, they're not very lengthy. All of these slides have information obviously for the content of the chapter. See, and you see I'm trying to scroll down, that's the length of it, so they're not super long. and you will just go through. I will go all the way through to the end because I want you to see that at the very end there's also a summary video. The summary video is great. It covers pretty much all the content, and so some people like to skip until they get to the video because they find that easier to learn that way. So it's totally up to you. Excel does a good job of giving a variety of different styles. So bear with me as I scroll through. You can't just click, click, click. It does want you to spend a little bit of time on each page. Okay, and here we are. Okay, second to last page is that summary video that I mentioned. This one is 3 minutes and 19 seconds. They're generally around 5 minutes at most, anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. So they're not too long, and it is definitely worth watching. You're going to get a summary of everything you just saw. Then you have your very last slide, which is again just key points, and then you're done with that chapter. Always click on Save and Exit, and then the X on the top right, and that'll take you back to your main menu. Okay. Chapter exams are anywhere from 10 to 15 questions. They are all multiple choice. If your answer is wrong, it'll show you with the box at the bottom. It'll give you the real answer so that you can always be taken into consideration why that answer was the correct one. You can take the same chapter exam as many times as you want, and we always advise that you get an 80%. The system the system suggests that you get at least a 70% for passing, but we always try to shoot higher than that and get an 80%. That way you're just really confident. As you all know, the state exam requirement is that you pass it with a 60%, so that's even lower than what they are suggesting here and much lower than what we suggest, but we want you to be confident, ready to go, and not have to take the exam more than one time. Again, once you're done with chapter 20 and the chapter exam, you have access to the final exam. So let's go up here for a second. I'm going to show you a couple of different things that you need to also know. You can go back this way if you'd like. You have, as well as having your courses, actually let me go back to your dashboard. Clicking on this menu up here can also take you to the dashboard. Checking your study time is important. You can do this by clicking on that section I just showed you, and you will enter your username, click on search, and that'll take you there. You can also click on resources. Now, unfortunately, the video that I'm recording does not allow me to go from one section to the other without losing video. So if you're not following me right along right now, I apologize for that. But the resources that you have, I'm going to go back to where we were. The resources right here give you a number of different things. The three most important sections to me are the Cliff Notes, because it gives you the ability to print those Cliff Notes so that you have a summary of the same content in a format that you can print, and you can actually take a highlighter or whatever you want to do. So if you're not somebody who likes to study on a screen, then I suggest you go to resources, you look for the three different sections on Cliff Notes, and you print those. Let's see if anything happens here, if you can actually see them. These are them here. Section 5, 6, and 7 are Cliff Notes. They are, I won't click on them because it'll take me out of the video, but I do want you to know that those are available. So I will leave you with this. Always check in with your trainer if you have any questions. The navigation on this is important so that you can use your time effectively, and we obviously want you to pass and pass with confidence. So please reach out to us with any questions you have, and we wish you the best of luck and a speedy passing of your license exam. Take care, everybody.